So this is my screencast for my Postgres database. So first I'll show my insert statements. And first of all, I created a table movies. I had movie ID, which I set to serial primary key. Then I had a title text unique, so I wouldn't have any duplicates. I have a writer varchar set to 50, just to allow for any errors or misspelled or anything, just in case. I have a year, which is an integer, and I have a franchise, which is text, and synopsis, which is text. For actors, I have actor ID, serial primary key, actor name, which is a varchar again. I have that set to 40, just in case any I'm updating or adding an actor later with a long name. Then I have movie int, and this column references my movies table. Initially at the beginning I only had an actor ID and an actor name in my actors tables, but then I'll talk about later on how I changed that. So then I have create table movies actors. So this was supposed to be my join table between the two. So I have a movie ID which references my movies table, and then I have an actor ID which references my actors table. So after a while of trying to figure out how to join up the two, I realised that you need to have a common column in each of the tables. So I altered my table, my actors table, and added in the column movies ID. So then I updated my actors and set movie ID to 1 where actor ID is 1. So basically I set my movie ID to 1 where Brad Pitt, which is his actor ID. I used select all for movies to get the ID of each. Then I used them later for joining my films up to my actors. So then again, I set movie ID to 1 where actor ID, which is 2. I think this was Edward Norton. Then where my movie ID is 2, Pulp Fiction, I set it to 3. And so forth. Then my insert statements are insert into movies each of the ones from the Word document. So it's a completely different layout as my Mongo database. So I have my my title from movies tables, my writer, and then my year, or the year which it was made, and then for later on then we have franchise and synopsis for The Hobbit. But then I inserted the actors in order of movies appeared, just to make it easier for me, and the movie IDs and actors IDs. So I'm just inserting actor name here. I'm not inserting the movie ID, which I would have done if I had more time. I would have started my tables again and inserted these had I known what was needed for the join statements. So then again, it's just my insert statements. Then this one here, I joined my tables together in a movies actors tables. So I used the movie ID and the actor ID, and I'll just show how it looks. So for displaying the movie titles and actor IDs, this is my first join. Wasn't successful. So I could only display the title or the actor and the actor ID, or I could only display the actors and the movie ID. Seen here. So Brad Pitt is in the first film, Edward Norton is in the first film, Then John Travolta and Uma Thurman are in Pulp Fiction, and then Brad Pitt appears again. And this one here now, it doesn't relate or have anything got to do with my movies actors table, but it shows I'll just make it larger so you can see it better. The movie IDs here, the title of the film, and the actor names. However, when I was setting and updating my table, up in my here, when I was updating each, I'm not too sure what happened, but I think Brad Pitt, when I inserted it again for the second time he appears, it got rid of the first time he appeared in Fight Club. So again, if I had more time, I would have done my tables properly, designed them properly at the beginning, rather than altering tables, because it just got messy from here. So then, yeah, so that display, that's just to double check that it worked, sort of. And then for my document, get all documents with writer set to Quentin Tarantino. It's just Pulp Fiction and Inglourious Basterds, but then I have basically everything displaying there, sorry. And then for where actors are set to Brad Pitt, this didn't work before, yeah. So again, this has got to do with my altering tables and my join statements. They went completely wrong, so I'll just leave a note here to say that it doesn't work. So anyways, the Get On movies were the franchise is set to The Hobbit, and it displays each of those. And then this is to get all, I just got the title for these to make it easier. And there's only two, which is Fight Club and Pulp Fiction, and then this one here, I just got the titles again. So as you can see, these are either before 2000 or after the year 2010. So these are my update statements, and like Mongo, I've already updated them, so I used I'll make a video just so I set the synopsis, so I updated the table movies and set the synopsis to this here, wherever the title is equal to The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. And then I done the same again, but with I set the synopsis to this, wherever the title was, The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. So then for the third one, it took me a while. I couldn't get this working until I altered my table. So I inserted into actors, actor name, and the movie ID of which he is in, which is Pulp Fiction. So I inserted Samuel L. Jackson and movie ID number 2, and I'll just show the actors table. So again, my alter scene overwrote my first appearance of Brad Pitt. So as you can see here, Samuel L. Jackson was added to the list, and the movie ID is 2. And as well, you can see when I displayed the first part of my join statement, you can see that Samuel L. Jackson was added to Pulp Fiction at the very end. Was added to Pulp Fiction at the very end of the table. Now, for the next, there's a text search. So in this one, I used I like, so it ignores the case again when searching through the synopsis. So I'll just show you how it looks. I just selected the title because the synopsis just comes out very messy, but here it just shows you the title of movies where Bilbo ignored case is present in the synopsis. Same again for the next one, and then for the next one it was and the word Bilbo and not the word Gandalf, so we just have an and, so we have I like again to ignore the case, we have and which includes the synopsis, both have to be true again, where Gandalf is not present. Ignored case again. So I'll just show that this works. Yep, so there's two instances here where Bilbo is present but Gandalf is not. And same again. Then a remove statement, obviously. So this, I have done this already. So nothing was deleted because it has been done already, but it works, and it's not present when I do display my movies schema. So now for the next one, this is my users post and comments. These are my create state and insert statements. So for the relationships one, I created a table users. I have a user ID, which is my primary key in this case. I have a username varchar set to 20, just to allow for any longer names in case of updates or anything. Then first name varchar again, last name varchar. Then my create table posts. My post ID is the primary key here. It references the user table by with user ID. Then it has title, which is of type text, and body, which is of type text. Then my create table for comments. Comment ID is the primary key. It references user with user ID, and it references post with post ID. And then it has the comment itself. So my insert statements are, you can see here. So I went and I got the ID and the username, the corresponding ID, and for each post I got the post ID as well. And this is a lot easier than Mongo, because if it's auto incremented it starts at 0, well, it starts at 1, so you don't have big long IDs. I'll just show you my, so to find all users, I just said select all from users, and there's only 2 users, and I broke it up to first name and to last name to show all posts. And there's one, oh, it's this one here. So to find all posts that were authored by Greg. So with this one, you can say where users.username is good guy Greg and leave it at that. You need to have the users, or you need to have the posts.user ID and is equal to users.user ID. So that just makes sure that the user that posted it is good guy Greg, and not that good guy Greg is just present in the post. So for the differences between Mongo and Postgres, there's Postgres is relational, and so obviously Mongo is non-relational. Postgres stores data in tables. Mongo doesn't really have a structure at all. It uses Postgres uses SQL, and Mongo can be used through JavaScript or JSON. And Mongo, unlike Postgres, Mongo provides document validation. So that's my CA for Big Data CA1.